Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Steven Psihogios from Spartan Fantasy Football, and I'm breaking down my latest blog, Impact of NFL Head Coaching Changes on Fantasy Football, in under 3 minutes. So let's not waste any more time, let's get to it. Arthur Smith leaves the Tennessee Titans to become the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and you should expect a lot of 12 personnel. He did it a lot of Tennessee. He'll do it with Kyle Pitts and Hayden Hurst with the Falcons. Also, keep an eye on number 2 wide receiver duties. 12 personnel, only 2 receivers on the field. Olamide Zaccheaus, Russell Gage, and Tajay Sharp are all fighting for that number 2 wide receiver spot. MCDC Motor City Dan Campbell goes from the New Orleans Saints to the Detroit Lions. But I expect Anthony Lynn to have his fingerprints all over the offense. The Lions should be throwing the ball a lot to the running backs, getting them involved in the passing game. So that's great news for DeAndre Swift. David Cully taking over as the head coach of the Houston Texans by far has the hardest job of any head coach. But for fantasy football, the big change to watch will be a more balanced attack running the football. No more 3-down running back David Johnson. You're going to see Phillip Lindsay and Mark Ingram, who's joining the Texans via Baltimore, just like Cully, involved in the run game. Taking over in Jacksonville is college football head coaching legend Urban Meyer, and I think that's great news for the passing game. In his last season with Ohio State, Dwayne Haskins led the nation in passing yards, while Terry McLaurin, KJ Hill, and Paris Campbell all finished with over 700 receiving yards, so I think that makes Marvin Jones, DJ Chark, and Laviska Shenault all fantasy relevant. Brandon Staley was named the new head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, but he's a defensive guy. Offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi is going to be the one calling the shots on offense, and similarly to the way as a quarterback's coach with the New Orleans Saints, New Orleans fed Michael Thomas, I expect the Chargers to continue to feed Keenan Allen. Also, Lombardi's got a long track record of getting running backs heavily involved in the passing game. That's great news for Austin Eckler. The new head coach of the New York Jets, Robert Saleh, is a defensive-minded guy, so he's not going to be calling the shots on offense. Instead, it's going to be Mike LaFleur, who's also coming to the Jets via the San Francisco 49ers, a system that really likes to utilize 21 personnel on offense, which means 2 running backs on the field. Also means 2 wide receivers. So while Corey Davis should be viewed as the number 1, Denzel Mims, Elijah Moore, and Jamison Crowder will all fight for that number 2 spot. Lastly, Nick Sirianni is the new head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, but I see the Eagles offense running pretty similar to the way it used to. Sirianni used a lot of 12 personnel as offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts, something the Eagles already used a lot of. And additionally, one change I do see happening is the time of Miles Sanders being a 3-down running back. I think that's over. The team added Kenneth Gainwell and Kerryon Johnson this offseason, and Sirianni did like to mix up the running backs in Indianapolis, so I expect some more fluidity in that running back situation.